Stewie, what if I told you a company just launched an actual AI data center into space?
Into space? Why would anyone put data far away from Earth?
Because AI on Earth is starting to hit physical limits, Stewie. A startup backed by NVIDIA launched H100 GPUs into orbit, the same chips that power systems like ChatGPT and Claude. Our data centers are consuming staggering amounts of energy, and researchers estimate that by 2030 they could use around 9% of all U.S. electricity.
So they're sending GPUs into orbit to avoid the energy crisis?
That is exactly what is happening. They are running actual AI models in space, including Google's GEMA models, and processing Earth observation data directly on board to bypass bandwidth limits.
But what makes space better than Earth for running AI models?
2 factors, Stewie. First, power. Solar panels work up to 8 times better in orbit because there is no atmosphere and no interruptions from weather or night cycles. Second, cooling. Data centers on Earth use millions of gallons of water every day, but space sits at around negative 270 degrees Celsius, so heat can be radiated into the vacuum almost for free.
That alone sounds like a massive advantage, but Google has its own project too, right?
Yes, Google announced Project Suncatcher, which proposes entire clusters of satellites carrying TPUs. They would form a floating data center in orbit, connected with free space optical links, essentially laser beams, that allow them to communicate with each other in real time despite traveling 17,000 miles per hour.
What about the engineering risks? Space is not exactly friendly to electronics.
3 major challenges stand out. Radiation can damage hardware, although Google stress-tested its TPUs with proton beams and found they survived more than 3 times the expected radiation dose. Formation control is complex because these satellites orbit only a few hundred meters apart, and cost is still high, although reusable rockets are driving launch prices down every year.
So this could actually become mainstream if costs continue to drop?
It could. NTU predicts that by the mid-2030s, a significant share of new data centers may be built in orbit. With unlimited sunlight, near-zero marginal energy costs, and real-time satellite data processing, space solves several bottlenecks that Earth data centers can no longer handle efficiently.
So, the future of AI might literally depend on leaving the planet to find power and cooling.
Precisely, Stewie. Space may become the natural home for large-scale AI, simply because it offers the energy and efficiency that Earth cannot match anymore.